Okay, well, hello everybody. So today what we're doing, and this is for IRS 144 Idle Studies. So this is what we're going to be doing, is we're going to be looking at some slides from The Far Side by Gary Larson. And like what we've been doing in class, what we're going to do is we're going to analyze them using multimodal stylistics, and that means in terms of font, color, design, and artwork, and try to see how The Far Side may have influenced other medias like The Simpsons and Family Guy in terms of satirical humor, okay, or satire. All right, so let's get going here. Okay, so these are all slides from January 1980. So this is when The Far Side first began. Okay, so let's go with the first one here. All right, so again, this is what we're doing. We're going to analyze The Far Side from January 1980. All right, first one here. Okay, so what we got here, looks like we got some kids playing on the beach, but then we got some crabs there. So the crabs go there and say, yes, they're quite strange during their larva stage. Okay, so this is kind of like Gary Larson. What he does is uses a lot of personification to where he has like animals take like human characteristics. So that could be like they're talking. Maybe they're scientific crabs, kind of analyzing the human species. Okay, and so what it has here is you have is just by looking at the picture, you don't know what's going on, but by adding other modes, like the font. Okay. It lets us to allow us to understand more fully about what's going on. Okay, so let's go to the next one here. All right, just a second. Next one. Oh, okay, so this one here. Here we go. Of course, I never eat the shells. So this one, they're kind of like, again, this is where animals, these dragons, they're taking human form, or sorry, they're taking on human qualities. And so they're talking about, obviously, that they just killed the knights or the soldiers there, and just how like people, human beings, like when we eat seafood, maybe we don't eat the shells. So they're kind of like, kind of poking fun at this about how they killed the soldiers and maybe they ate them, but they don't eat the shells, the outer part. A little funny there. A little satire. Next one. Oh, okay, here's some more satire. So, yeah, I mean, just by looking at it, there's no font, no color, but you do have the design here. So you have the small fisherman there in the small boat. Then he catches a fish, but he realizes it looks like a huge whale. So he's like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Next one. Okay, here we go. So an ark, you fool. Okay, so this is dealing with Western culture and Christianity. Of course, the old famous story about Noah and Noah's Ark. And it looks like he's building a Stargate, not a boat. So they're kind of making a satirical story about Noah's Ark and about how the Lord wanted him to create an ark to put all the animals, but looks like he's building a Stargate to where the animals would go through this in a parallel universe, and so they would be saved by that, by Stargate, and not by a big boat. Okay, so here we go. This is one where they add. There's no color, but of course we have the design, the artwork, and then we have the text here. Okay, so down at the bottom he goes, "Egad, we must find some means of discarding the hideous thing." Okay, so it looks like we have some scientists, right? And so many people think scientists they're pretty intelligent, but maybe not in some senses, because they're holding a boomerang there. So everyone knows a boomerang comes from Australia. It got introduced to broader Western culture through Crocodile Dundee. So it's where you throw it, and then it comes back. So these guys, they're trying to get rid of this boomerang, right? But it keeps coming back and hitting them in the head. So he's kind of making a little satirical joke about how scientists, maybe they're not the most intelligent people in terms of everyday common knowledge. All right, so maybe they're very intelligent in terms of scientific equations, but people skills and everyday activities, maybe they're not the most intelligent. Next, okay, here we go. Bring back his ear. Okay, so here with this kind of a joke about how people, Gary Larson using personification, okay, where he has animals taking on people traits, or human traits, I should say. So you have like maybe these bulls are really angry because people don't realize it is that during these bullfights, these bulls are kind of tortured. I mean, they're poked and prodded with these spears and whatnot, and so maybe they want to get revenge. So he wants to go. Okay, he wants to get telling the one bull to another bull, kind of take bite off his ear, bring it to me, because he wants revenge. Okay, next, here we go. So, Polly want a cracker? Polly want a cracker? Pretty bird? Harry, don't shoot! Pretty bird. So this one's really kind of funny, where it looks like the husband there, he's in shock not because his wife is dead, because the bird repeated the conversation they had while he was being, while the murder was taking place. And so the police are there and they're documenting everything. And so now he's like, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Okay. All right, next. So, egad, what a hideous creature. So this is kind of funny because who is saying this, and who is the hideous creature? So the snake may be looking at these people saying, oh my gosh, they're so hideous. Or maybe the people looking. And of course, everyone, when they look at snakes, they're not so impressed. Maybe, I know with me, I'm not. I'm very, how should I put it? I'm very, well, of course, I'm scared of snakes. But yeah. Okay, all right, next, here we go. Ooh, something's wrong. Reel up and check the bait. Okay, here, this is kind of funny where he's showing that the now the aliens are kind of taking on human traits about going fishing, and it looks like they caught something, but looks like it's not a real person. It's like a mannequin, and so this is kind of funny about how he's making fun of how when fishermen, when they go fishing, they think they caught a huge fish, but in actuality all they caught is maybe like a big boot. Okay, so they're kind of making fun of this situation about aliens going fishing. They're fishing for people, but they end up getting a fake person or a mannequin. Okay, so some more satirical humor from Gary Larson. Next one, okay. This one's kind of funny. Okay, so here, looks like these people, they've been at seas for a long time, so no food, no clean water. And then they think, oh gosh, we finally found land, even though it's small land and only a tree there, but at least maybe there's a pineapple or a coconut up in the tree, and then when they get there, they're going to realize that they're probably going to get eaten by this underwater creature. Okay, all right, here we go. Symbol auditions. So yes, playing the cymbal, maybe not so not so advanced. But yeah, looking at this here, you got some not so smart people trying to play the cymbal. Okay, next, here we have, kind of some more humor here about this lady, and this lady right here. This is a very common theme that we may have with a very, very common character we have. Okay, so she's going to mail a letter, and there's an animal inside the mailbox, and you can see all the bones underneath. Next, and so I asked the jury, is that the face of a mass murderer? So, of course, kind of funny, smiley face. And, of course, really, what is the face of a murderer? So, little American humor here. Next, here we go. And then the creatures yanked him out of the ground, skinned him alive, boiled him, and ate him. The end. Now go to sleep. Okay, so this is kind of funny story about how maybe a mother carrot is telling a bedtime story to their to the baby carrots. All right, so again, this is like now it has food, food taking human traits. Okay, how they're telling them, maybe the mother or father is telling them a ghost story before they go to bed. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. So now we have sign says beware of dog. So this is some how should I put it? So this is like maybe a common theme in the West, where you have the house, you have the picket white fence, then you have the sign which says beware of dog, but then you think the dog maybe come out and bite you, but no, this dog has a tank. Okay, so again, so some more satirical humor. Okay, here we go. This is kind of funny. So they're in an air balloon, and so the worst thing that could happen when you're in an air balloon is if a bird tries to, especially like this looks like a woodpecker, tries to poke a hole in it. Okay, this is like the worst possible thing that could happen. I mean, other than a fire. Okay, but having a bird kind of poke a hole in this. So this is some more kind of satirical American humor. Here we go. So, all right, let's see. Which one's the Viva la Vegetarian and which one's the prime rib Papa? Okay, so this is kind of funny, where you know who's going to eat meat in this picture, and you know who's going to eat a salad. So, yeah, kind of funny there. Here we go. So we have, looks like this is a kind of like a magician or someone on stage, and it's a common routine where they throw knives at, like, let's say in this person, it looks like it's a blow up doll, but you throw knives at the doll or the person and say, hey, I'm not going to hit them with a knife, but in this case, he did. And then of course the people are angry. Okay. Here we go. There it goes again. That eerie music. So again, this is kind of Western culture. One of a scary movie at this time, in the late 70s, was Jaws. So the music is da don. So yeah, it's kind of funny. Where the fishermen don't know what that music is coming from, but they feel something bad is going to happen. Okay, next is where the mother says, "Nighty night, dear, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite." So this is a common phrase we say when putting kids to bed. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Of course, no bed bugs, but then here you see the little boy's all scared, and then you see that bug leg coming out. So maybe he's going to attack him when he's asleep. So again, this is kind of like more like American humor. Okay. Next, here we go. Okay, so don't you flood your nostrils at me either. Okay, so this looks like ogres. They're kind of known to have big nostrils. So a little funny here about how ogres flare in their nostrils. So. Okay, next, here we go. Here we go. So using some text here. So no color, but we have the font here. It says instructions: place your dog away in your yard. Watch how fast. And here's, dogs bother you? Oh wow. So it looks like oh my goodness. So with this single panel comic strip, you have maybe the owners that they don't like dogs, but they have lots of dogs in their yards. Maybe the owner's dogs, and so this is called a dog away. So maybe this monster gets, this looks like an octopus like monster that gets rid of dogs. So ouch. All right, next, here we go. Oh, okay. I think we already did this one. All right, so that's about it for today. So I hoped you learned a little bit from this from this video, and knowing how how Gary Larson in The Far Side may have influenced other forms of media like the Family Guy and the Family Guy and the Simpsons in terms of satirical humor. And we'll the next video we'll be analyzing the single panel comic strips from The Far Side for February 1980. Okay.